June 2015, when it was first flagged, this is the same doctor, Udayan Mitra. He had written to the superintendent, being a gynecologist, that this particular drug RL is causing problems.
Two of the ladies and one infant had died. The cause of death is stated to be a contaminated IV fluid being administered to the pregnant mothers, which is called as ringer lactase solution.
You are appearing for? Right. One of the private sponsor here, so by not I can open my case. This dates back to June 2015.
June 2015.
I've just got the documents. I'll be filing a supplementary affidavit. I'll hand over a copy to them. There was a doctor in Alipurduar called Dr. Udayan Mitra. In June 2015, he flagged this particular drug. Now, what happens to this particular doctor? He was targeted. In 2016, because of this complaint that he had filed, that when we are buying it from the private shops, nothing is happening to the patients, but when we are buying it, when this being supplied through the government chain, patients are falling sick. Disciplinary proceedings are started against him, saying that he is acting not in as a doctor should act. I'll hand over the document.
No, we can't answer all these things.
No, I'm saying that I got it. I'll file my supplementary. I'm just opening my case today. It's not going to end today. Obviously, your lordships will also call for affidavits. Subsequently, this particular doctor who's a gynecologist, he resigns from his position and now he started his private practice. In Karnataka, in March 2024, this company was banned for 3 years. After being banned for 3 years, the government of West Bengal was also notified by the government of Karnataka. Your lordships are aware of Bellary district. Now in Bellary district, this particular was used and there were deaths. Your lordships will kindly turn to page 27, please. Page 27.
And this was communicated to the Principal Secretary, Health and Family Welfare, West Bengal.
Now, what does the Karnataka government do? Somebody has to take responsibility. In this particular case, it has to be the Health Secretary, Mr. Nigam. No, respondent number 13. Nothing is done. What does the Karnataka government do? Karnataka State Medical Supplies Corporation, KMSCL, starts the departmental inquiry started against the managing director with regard to this particular drug. The Karnataka State Drug Controller, Mr. S. Umesh, is suspended. What happens in Bengal? Nothing. This drug continues to be pushed into the market. Now your lordships will kindly turn to page 41, please. The state government itself on the 10th of December 2024 asked this company to stop manufacture of this particular drug. If that be so, what was the reason that the government asked them to stop manufacturing it? And why, after stopping them from manufacturing this drug, why was it not withdrawn from the government hospitals? It was only withdrawn from the government hospitals after this public interest litigation was filed on the 13th. On the 14th of this month, after this public interest litigation was filed, the government of West Bengal comes up with a notification saying that this particular company, all its 14 drugs should be blacklisted. Why? If there's nothing wrong with them, why did you blacklist them? If there's nothing wrong with them, why did you stop manufacture?
So this order was passed in January 2025 to stop manufacturing activities.
No, it was passed by the regional office of Siliguri on 10th of December 2024.
Yes. But in spite of this order, they did not stop.
They did not withdraw. The articles, these particular drugs, were in circulation. What did Mr. Nigam have to do? He had to issue a notification saying all the hospitals immediately stop it. My lord, poor lives do matter. Just because they are poor, they cannot be used as guinea pigs. That even after you are yourself saying stop manufacturing a particular drug, you are allowing it to be pushed into the market in government hospitals. Just because they are poor, just because they can't afford to go anywhere.
December 2024, your client was directed to stop all manufacturing activities.
We have stopped
In December.
in December. And Lordship, what he should have said is, he knows it very well. I will show the affidavit. This Karnataka blacklisting order was made on the 22nd of March. Karnataka High Court has stayed this on 4th of April 2024. His petition is pending. He knows it.
No. Blacklisting is one aspect, sir. Probably on a technical ground, stay might have been granted. Nonetheless, if the quality of the drug does not meet the standards, or there is reasonable suspicion that this drug caused the death of certain people, then that is a different
In
aspect.
December, we got suspension notice and we stopped after that.
And these three batches, when were they were manufactured?
That's something, that from where they purchased, that the report will say.
No,
Report
you-
will say.
As a manufacturer, you will raise the invoice. You should
We
know.
must know which is the lot, because we are, as Mr. Advocate General said, we are supplying, if we know which lot was used. So it has to be, we stopped manufacturing, and from 7th January 2025, which is page 41.
But I'll tell you, I'll give you Lordship the dates. Of these three batches, the first one is, if your Lordship can kindly note the batch numbers, 03BF 2288. This is one batch which was manufactured in November 2023. Its expiry date is October 2026. We have received it on 1st of December 2023. The second batch is 03BF 2396. Manufacturing in February 2024. Expiry is January 2027. And we have received it on 27th of February 2024. And the third one is 03BF 2494. Manufactured on May 2024. Expiry April 2027. And we received it on 3rd of June 2024.
We just received information, one more patient has died.
One more information, as far as Karnataka is concerned, they were all tested thereafter at the Central Drug Laboratory, and all were clear. I've got the reports. So the Karnataka case is concerned.
They say one more patient died.
Two more. I did
Mother and child. Two. Mother and infant. Man, these are two issues, Mala. Immediate impact and long-term impact. We have consulted with the doctors. This medicine has long-term impact. Expired saline that affects your kidney, that affects your blood, and it gets contaminated with different impurities. and it affect also increase the infection risk. So it's not the case. Today it is administered, someone is surviving. Tomorrow the problem may arise.
No, this is widely used
And
on
my-
all operations and all patients.
My learned senior friend is talking about Karnataka, not only in Karnataka, but Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan. In all states, this particular company has faced the same issues.
No.
Process
We have checked up, my lord. These submissions, please give me this. The
What
states in
other
which
drugs were
they.
administered? Everyone is presuming that this is.
No, my lord, these are, my lord, I have checked up. I have checked
The
up.
cause of death has been confirmed to be because of this contaminated IV fluid being administered.
Yes.
So therefore,
Hmm.
the question of the state giving them a benefit of doubt, some leniency, etc., or canvassing the case of the
No.
pharma company.
No,
doesn't
certainly
arise.
not, certainly
It's
not.
a welfare state. sir.
Certainly.
So there may be cases where this IV fluid might, or the patient might have been a very, what do you say, physically fit person
Right.
and capable of taking up that reaction. But what your learned friend says, it may have a long-term effect.
Well, could I say this, sir? We are concerned about a saline called Ringer's lactate. Now, this is not a prohibited drug. Lord, this is widely used in all operations, whether private organizations, whether state bodies, state hospitals, everybody, including me. It was used on me as well. So this is widely used. Now the question is whether please. Now the question is whether it is a spurious drug, whether it is an adulterated drug, whether it falls under a misbranded drug. That is a subject matter which has to be looked into. That is why, my lord, my submission was that it has possibly affected 5 people, maybe more also. But this is not something which the state has administered, which the state ought not to have administered.
No, that's not their case.
That's not the case. Now the question is, my lord, if out of 33,000 of which 30 has been utilized and 5 or 6 persons are affected thereby, my lord, please consider, my lord, whether, my lord, this can be called to be a medical negligence. But the state has to take responsibility. Whether it is a conscious effort to do some wrong or damage to the patient, or it is something which could not be averted or could have been avoided, there has been some pitfalls here and there. Therefore, on a larger aspect, what I am submitting is that number one, this is not an expired drug which has been administered. Number two, it is not a spurious, misbranded or adulterated drug which has been administered. Number three is this is not a drug which is usually not administered for these 5 patients. This has been administered. These are not the cases. Now it appears that the main bone of contention is that why have you accepted something from a manufacturer who is blacklisted by one of the states? Now, to that, Millard, may I say, Millard, I am not holding the brief on behalf of the private respondent, but to justify the conduct of my client, that is the state, may I say this, Millard, the same drug company, Millard, supplies the same product to Tripura, Assam, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. And the misfortune is that 5 citizens of our state has suffered this. Now we need to inquire into that. This is not a case.
That is correct.
Yes.
With respect, my lord, with deepest respect, my learned senior friend is narrowing down the issue. Admittedly, 5% died. Admittedly, 5% died. The issue is for the chemical degradation, a continuous harm in long term, it will affect their kidney. It will cause infection in their blood. It will cause sepsis. It's a long-term issue, my lord.
But the central government has to come out with this policy. How can we, at the instance of one person?
The thing is, sir, we'll draw a analogy.
Yes.
The food safety officer
Right.
goes and inspects an eatery,
Yes.
a small restaurant. He finds in the storage or the cold storage spoiled meat. He may be selling 100 items.
Right.
what the Food Safety Authority does is immediately seals the restaurant. Not that out of the 100 items which they are selling, 99 are not contaminated.
Right.
No. The test would be whether this place is safe for people to come and eat. Similarly, you took such a long time to issue this notice
10th December to January.
on
1 month.
14th of January only. See,
More
what,
than a
what
month.
should have been done?
No,
You
when
could have
did we issue?
suspended the operation forthwith. The moment the patient died,
Where is that notice?
pending inquiry, you should.
I'm told, my immediate instruction is, my immediate instructions are, Miller, the notice was issued on 10th of December. 10th of December 2020.
Administered in January. For 1 month, they did nothing, Mother.
That 10th of December notice was to
2020.
stop manufacture, but not using the drug is only on the 14th.
Well aware of the fact.
See, the consequence of, see, why did the drug controller, see, where is that order? Page,
On page 41,
page 41.
Deputy Director of Health Services.
So if he has to say that they have to stop manufacture, that means something is seriously wrong. So if, once this order should, what they should have done is not utilize any of the drugs manufactured by the company in any of the government hospitals. That should have been the circular which should have been issued. And return the stock or freeze the stock and keep it in safe custody.
Yes. Yes. Millard, may I say this, Millard? Only another additional, Millard, information for you, for the court.
Already pharma
Central citizen which has submitted.
7 of 14 items. The same, the government was aware to take the same thing from the other company. So why the whole stock?
The stock should not have been.
No. Millard, the reports that I have handed up, the central reports, these are all after that. For ensuring that, Millard,
the stock and the blood the factory of. Now we have issued a blood stock of this.
But you can't bring back the life, sir, on all
Yes.
this.
Basically, it is on the concept of parents patria. The state is the father of the
All
country.
right, at least have you given some compensation for the,
Millard, we'll definitely give, Millard, it's, the process will definitely be undertaken, Millard, there is no
21-year-old
doubt about it.
the moment the stop manufacture order was passed by the deputy director
Yes.
or the licensing authority and controlling authority of Siliguri, what they should have said is freeze all the stock.
There is a difficulty, I'll tell you, Lordship. The difficulty is overnight, Millard, we cannot, Millard, replace 30,000, 40,000, 50,000.
No. It's easily available, sir. There are several pharma companies.
No, that is why, Millard,
And
to
even
double
here-
check,
Here they say
yes.
Paschim Banga Pharmaceutical Unit so and so were supplying. Now already Pharma Impex Laboratories has agreed to supply 7 of 14 items.
Yes.
So in phased manner they could have
Yes.
and at least prevented the hospitals from using the stock which was manufactured prior to 10/12/2024.
Millard, these have been doubly checked, Millard, after all this happened. And Millard, we don't depend upon our laboratory. That's why I have not shown my reports. This is the central laboratory and Millard tested in Mumbai.
All
They-
right, you file your supplementary
Yes.
affidavit. And in the meantime, the state shall disburse compensation.
My lord, one more thing, the state should file a report giving detail of the person upon which this medicine was administered. The saline was administered. If any future complication arises, the state should hold responsible, my lord. Treating a kidney disease, and I know my father was a kidney patient. Treating a kidney disease is not a cup of milk. A poor man cannot do that. For the fault of the state, a poor person should not suffer.
And has had completion.
But I was referring to June 2015 when it was first flagged. This is the same doctor, Udayan Mitra. He had written to the superintendent, being a gynecologist, that this particular drug RL is causing problems. But after that, in 2016, they say that he has been irresponsible, and that's why a show cause notice was issued against him. There are still some good doctors in this world. And if somebody flags marks something way back in 2015, This is what happens to him.
There are two writ petitions, is it?
Yes.
And I believe there are
Yes,
three.
Malad.
Which
Item
is
number 5, I'm appearing.
all right. Item 4 and 5. These two writ petitions have been filed as public interest litigation, uh, highlighting certain untoward incidents which occurred very recently in to ladies who are admitted for delivering their babies in government hospital. And as on date, two of the ladies and one infant had died. The cause of death is stated to be a contaminated IV fluid being administered to the pregnant mothers, which is called as ringer lactase solution. Within bowl full and seal process. Um, the petitioners pray for a impartial inquiry into the matter and for other reliefs. The petitioner in WPP 10 of 2025 seeks leave to file a supplementary affidavit to bring certain facts on record. Leave granted to the petitioner to do so. It is rather disturbing to know that despite an order passed by the licensing authority and controlling authority of Siliguri Regional Office, Drugs Control West Bengal, on 10/12/2024, directing Paschim Banga Pharmaceutical, the unit of Arista Banjia Limited, page number 40. Namely the 12th respondent, 11th and 12th respondent, to stop manufacturing activities for commercial purpose till further orders, the health department of the state appears to have not taken immediate proactive action to suspend the usage of the drugs which were manufactured by the 11th and 12th respondent. This action appears to have been taken only on 14th of January 2025 by the Directorate of Health Services, Central Medical Store, by which a direction has been issued to all medical college and hospitals and chief medical officers, health of the district, that all items procured through SMIS from the 12th respondent should not be used, even if available in stock, and all existing stock of the items supplied by the 12th respondent should be withdrawn from wards/hospitals until further orders, if not already done. We fail to understand as to why it took why?
One instruction where it's a Lakshmi carrying permit. I'm so sorry, Mullah. Where the leftover stock has been withdrawn, freezed, and the same drug, whatever is there with the government, all have been freezed.
As why it took more than 10 days to pass an order to withdraw the existing stock. The learned advocate general appearing for the state on instructions would submit that now the stocks have been withdrawn. Be that as it may, both the writ petitions have flagged a very important issue, namely the safety and the health of the citizens of West Bengal, more particularly those who go to government medical hospitals for treatment. The learned Deputy Solicitor General on instruction submitted that action has been taken by the central government and the factory has been sealed and notices have been issued to the 11th and 12th respondent. All the action taken by the state as well as the center cannot bring back the lives which have been lost. The learned advocate appearing for the petitioner in WPAP 9 of 2025 submitted that the names of the patients whom drugs manufactured by the 11th and 12th respondent should be disclosed before this court, since as per the medical opinion, the
Hospital super is
the
confirmed.
spurious or substandard drugs will have a long-term effect on the patients to whom it was administered,
That is why
though they
SSK
may
no
be still
possibility happened till the
not
polar
showing any
submission was
serious
confirmed.
symptoms.
Bengali newspaper.
In any event, the state being a welfare state, should immediately disburse adequate compensation to the victim of the family of the deceased as a succor to them, though it cannot bring back the life of the people which are lost. The learned advocate general submitted that they already investigation has commenced and the matter has been entrusted to the CID. The learned advocate, senior advocate appearing for the petition WPAP 10 of 2025 has referred to an order passed by the Karnataka State Medical Supplies Corporation as early as on 22/3/2024, blacklisting the 12th respondent for a period of 3 years, commencing from the date of the said order. The learned senior advocate appearing for the 12th respondent submitted that the High Court at Karnataka, High Court of Karnataka has granted an order of stay of the order blacklisting the 12th respondent. The learned advocates for the petition would submit that that the 12th respondent has come to adverse notice in as other states also where the drugs manufactured by them were supplied. In order to consider the prayers which have been sought for in both the writ petitions, we would direct the we direct the Health and Family Welfare Department, Government of West Bengal, through its to file a comprehensive report placing on record all facts, including the names of the patients to whom the drugs supplied by the 11th and 12th respondent were administered, which appear to be 7 in number. The appropriate authority of the central government shall also file a report as to the action taken against the 11th and 12th respondent. Liberty is also granted to the 11th and 12th respondent to file their affidavit. After the affidavits, after the reports and the affidavit come on record, the court will consider as to what further directions are required to be issued. Who will file a report on behalf of the state?
It can be the health secretary.
No, but then the health secretary has been implemented by name.
Allegations are taken same.
Then the chief secretary can sign. For the joint secretaries, there are other secretaries also.
But why have you implemented the Home Secretary, Home Department?
Home Department, that is formal. The only person implicated by name is Mr. Nigam. Because the buck stops with him, because he's the person who is in charge. It was him who had to go through this and make sure that it was withdrawn.
చేసుకున్నప్పుడు ఇబ్బంది లేదు. He said back, he's asking for impact. Back.
He's the Chief Secretary to Pilot. So instead of Secretary Health Department, the Chief Secretary, Government of West Bengal shall file a report. How much time you would require?
Milord, I am told, Milord, subject to your lordship's consideration, kindly do not take it as a delaying tactic. But the reports to come in will take another 30 days. Now,
No. You can see something has to be brought on record
yes,
that after
then 2
this
weeks.
calamity happened,
2 weeks. You have to
let that come on record.
Very
Yes,
good.
and then
Then we proceed. You can
Very,
also
very,
file an
very,
affidavit.
very.
And in the report, names of the person.
Yes, that you said.
Or may I be granted leave
But
to file?
one more thing, Milord, one more factual instruction. I do not know whether my lords have recorded it or not, but there has been no further death. There's only one death. It is being confirmed from SSKM right now, while your lordships were dictating these
Me
answers.
just now I've got information.
One person has died in and one infant. One person has died. One lady. It is in that you had the learned advocate appearing for the petitioner in WPAP line of 2025. Submit that during the course of hearing of the petition, the infant has died, which according to the learned advocate general is incorrect.
I'm grateful. My lords are, Milord, making the matter returnable after, Milord.
You can give a date, 30th.